Two Blue Vortex, huh? Well, it's less of a mouthful than the previous title. What's up, guys? Here we are to do a live reaction and review of Chapter 1 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Boruto Naruto Next Generations is officially done. We are now onto Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. And I'm a little bit excited. I've heard many things about this chapter already. Obviously, the leaks dropped a couple days ago. So I do have a lot of this chapter spoiled for me. And I've already seen a bunch of the designs. But hey, it's what happens. You live on the internet. You experience what the internet has to offer. And unfortunately, in this case, the experience of the internet had to offer literally everything that this chapter had to offer. But I had no context, didn't see not a single translation for nothing. I just saw some people getting stepped on. I saw some designs. But let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? I have it on me, and I keep it on me at all times. And speaking of time, I hope I don't take too much time to read this chapter. This thing's 54 pages. I'm worried. But I'm a little bit excited. You know, obviously, I've been on and off with Boruto. That's something that I will readily admit. There've been a bunch of reasons. There's been a bunch of reasons. One's the art. I'm sorry, I've just never necessarily been a fan of Ikimoto's art style. Not that Ikimoto's a bad mangaka or anything, but that the art was ever even really like poor quality. I know there's some times with Boruto anime when things are poor quality, but I don't even watch the anime. It's literally I just didn't like Ikimoto's art style, how he drew some of the characters. Then I don't know. Once again, I'll admit it's the biased Naruto fan in me, not liking certain stuff on how certain characters are being dealt with in the manga, stuff like that. The lack, like the absolute lack of certain major characters from the previous series. Sakura, Kakashi, more. But I think I'm going to push my bias aside. We're chapter 1. I'm fully invested. I'm fully caught up into the Boruto narrative. I've read all of part 1, quote unquote. We are now in the time skip. So I'm going to give it a fresh chance. And here we are with the design that already feels kind of weird, but I can see it. Kind of. This is Sarada. A lot of people have been saying the characters are drippy. And, this doesn't look drippy to me. But then again, I have no fashion sense. Fun fact. That's one of I have many weaknesses in life, but one of them is the fact that I have absolutely negative drip. If it fits me, I will wear it. I ain't got no drip. So maybe I just can't tell. I don't know. This design, it's better than her original design. I'll give it that. But like, I don't know. Something about just feel. Well, here's the thing. I do like the colors. I like the black and red. Because, you know, the Uchiha. You know, I love me some good black and red. That's a good classic to her clan. But, the heels, are those even leg warmers? If they're like pseudo calf warmers. The jacket's cool. Actually, I think I actually really do like the jacket. I really like the jacket. The jacket's neat. The tube top onesie, I guess. I don't know. It feels like a design that has a lot going on, yet simultaneously doesn't have a lot going on, if you know what I'm saying. Like, there's not much outfit. But the bits of it, like, it feels like it doesn't work fully to me, but it'll probably grow on me. Once again, I expect all these things to grow on me. I was hoping she'd lose the glasses in the midst of the time skip, especially since she unlocked Mangekyo, but I guess they're just too iconic a part of the character now. It's kind of hard to remove them, so, whatever. But, ooh! This is a design that I admittedly have little complaint for. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Creative Supervisor, Masashi Kishimoto. Art, Mikio Ikimoto. This is a design I really, really like. I like the open jacket. I like the flowing cape. Obviously, the haircuts. I like the haircut. I like the haircut. It's a lot shorter than the original one. And I think that shows the maturity that Boruto has. The scar looks a lot better on this older design than it does on the younger design. I didn't necessarily complain about that in any of my previous live reactions or reviews. But the scar, I like it a lot more in older Boruto. I'll admit, even though I'm pretty sure, I think this second belt here is just for the scabbard for the sword. I wouldn't know. The double belt really gives me a flashback to Nomura. It's like Nomura from the Kingdom Hearts series where everyone has belts. Numerous belts. Omni belts. I don't know, that just immediately flashes back to that. But a simple button up, open to reveal the karma mark, and this necklace. I forget the context of this necklace. Did he have this before, or is this new? Both of these necklaces, actually, because he has this one, which has what seems to be a whistle on it, and then this one. I'll admit, I probably should have reread Boruto before I started this, but I ain't doing all that. But Overall, I really like this design. It's very, very solid. Let's see. I've explained it to you over and over. Why don't you understand? Right back at you, Sarada. We gave him many chances. He crossed the line first. Remember that he's a traitor who slayed the Hokage and tried to slay his son, Kawaki, too. He cannot go unpunished. True. True. Because once again, we gotta remember, this is still under the context of the great omnipotence manipulation. So thusly, everyone still thinks Boruto is Kawaki and Kawaki is Boruto. So all of Kawaki's previous mistakes and all of his misdeeds have now been transferred over to Boruto, and thusly with no knowledge of where Naruto actually went, Hokage slaughter in the minds of everyone else would be like big old treason. It's the same, well, look what was happening to Kawaki before he ran into Ada and she used omnipotence. Obviously, I don't even blame Shikamaru for being like this because he has no idea his memories are changed. That's not, like, I get it, especially why Sarada has, like, sorry, I gotta stay hydrated. I get why Sarada has extreme anger with this, because obviously it's not fun to know that her friend is being hunted, because she's the only one with the original memories, but, you gotta do what you gotta do. I understand why Shikamaru is being like this, and Shikamaru in the Hokage cloak. This is something that I've heard a lot of people complaining about. It's fine. Admittedly, I do agree with one complaint. If there was any time to reintroduce Kakashi to the manga, it would be now. Like, I know specifically, I believe Ikimoto or Kishimoto mentioned something about Kakashi has been cooking. Something about Kakashi has been cooking. I believe he should be... I don't have the Googler anywhere near me, so I can't check this. But I believe he should be in his 50s? Essentially, the thing I'm bringing up, he's not as old as Hiruzen was when Hiruzen took up the position of Hokage again. And that's the big thing. If you were ever going to bring Kakashi back into the narrative and keep the 8th Hokage position open for someone like Sarada or someone like Sarada. Like Boruto already said he doesn't want to be it. Kawaki definitely, I don't think he'd want to succeed Naruto as the Hokage. He probably views Naruto as the eternal Hokage. And Mitsuki wouldn't do it either. So, like, legitimately, I understand why you're making Shikamaru the Hokage has some people nettled, because this would be the time to bring Kakashi back, right? Has Kakashi, I don't even think Kakashi has made his debut at all in the manga, from what I remember. I think he only has that one filler fight against Nanamoto, against another character who hasn't popped up in a while. What's his name? The Jiraiya clone. And, like, Jigen is screaming in my head, but he fought Jigen. He didn't actually... What is his name? What is it? The Jiraiya clone. I'm sorry. I'm going to remember his name towards the end of this review or right after I stop recording. That's what I'm going to remember his name. That's how I'm going to grab the Googler. I didn't want to do it, but now that's bothering me. Now that's legit bothering me. Hold on. I've gotten the Googler. What is his name? Oh, I need to charge the Googler. Please. The Googler work. Jiraiya clone name. I feel so bad. But he hasn't shown up in the manga in a while either. Like, did we ever find out what happened to him? I forget. Once again, I need to reread Boruto. I'm just going to go back and reread Boruto. What is his name? It's going to hit me like a sack of bricks. Koji Kashi. There we go. That's it. Koji Kashi. What was I even making that point about? But yeah, that's the thing. The only time we've seen Kakashi even reference, well, he's been referenced before in Boruto in the manga, but last time he made an appearance in anything Boruto related was very specifically in the anime, in a filler fight they had with Kashi and Kojin that didn't go anywhere. Kashi and Koji, I'm sorry. That was it. And I feel like a lot of people with a time skip in mind, considering there would have to be an interim Hokage, a lot of people were hoping for Kakashi back. I'll even admit I was low-key hoping for Kakashi back, because him going off and training or whatever, or doing something or gathering intel, yada, 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 all that would have been cool to see him come back and do that. But even with that being the case, I understand why Shikamaru is the next appointed. If Kakashi's not going to be back and no one else is left, who else is going to be Hokage? Ino? Choji? Who? Yeah, because ultimately, obviously Sasuke's not going to be it. Sasuke's on the run with Boruto, so it can't be Sasuke. If they'd even let Sasuke be Hokage, considering he's still a notorious war criminal. Like, sure, he's got pardoned, but like everyone still remembers what Sasuke did. So Shikamaru is the next logical step if you are not going to reintroduce Kakashi into the narrative. But obviously, a lot of fans aren't going to like that. I mean, I understand it. Not the biggest fan of it. So I kind of even know like that. And Sarada is probably not going to like that either. Like I said before, your entire premise is wrong. Boruto would never slay Lord Seventh. At least give him a chance to tell his side of things. Once again, though, I do like this conflict that's being introduced by Omnipotence. It makes both sides make sense, since Sarada has her original memories. She's fully against the idea of Boruto being apt to Naruto, naturally, right? Because she knows Boruto, she knows what it's actually like, and she doesn't have her memory slipped. But in the mind of Shikamaru, the reason you don't even want to risk pulling up and trying to communicate with Boruto, since you think he's Kawaki, is because if in their minds Naruto dropped to Boruto 2 years ago, or I forget how long the time skip is, but if Naruto dropped to Boruto, then what is he going to do to Shikamaru? Shikamaru's fodder. No offense to Shikamaru, but if Naruto got, Naruto outside of Sasuke was the strongest guy in the village. No one was coming close. So hearing out Boruto's side of the story, if they're assuming that Boruto has the same mentality Kawaki did of extreme violence and being capable of slaying the 7th Hokage, it's not worth the risk of trying to reason with Boruto. It's simple as that. So I see both sides here. And I like that. I like how Kishimoto/Ikimoto's writing with that. Like the idea of that both sides have their own perspectives and both are valid within their own means. But due to the lack of information that either side can provide each other, there's this natural conflict to it. I like that. It's very neat. Let's see. Why'd he run off if he's not guilty? You're literally hunting him. Konohamaru, you're literally hunting him. Like, dude. What were you gonna do to him? He slayed the Hokage in your mind. I highly doubt you were gonna put handcuffs on him. Especially considering, once again, depending on how deeply, how ingrained the swap is. Considering it appears that no one has broken free of Omnipotence effects, it seems like this swap is super deep. So even though Kawaki can't perform like the Rasengan or any of the techniques that Boruto has in the past, it seems very likely that the swap is so deep instigated, they probably assume that any jutsu used against him would also be useless because he has karma. And thusly, they really have no way to stop Boruto or restrain him. The only option they would have in regards to him would be like getting him up out of here. And that's even if they could do that, which very likely they believe they can't for good reason because they literally can't. But let's see. We also have Ada's Senrigan eyewitness testimony. I do like that though, because specifically at the end of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, Ada specifically made the promise, I won't look for you. I had the Senrigan. I'm gonna keep it this illusion. I still love Kawaki. I'll be real with you. I ain't gonna help you out. That ain't gonna be Ab either. I'll let you rock. Go do you. Essentially is what Ada said at the end of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, and I like that. Even after all this time, she's kept to her word. She's like, hey, I messed up your life, stole your whole fit, your whole crew, your whole village. Now you're homeless and a criminal with the previous criminal. It's okay. I ain't gonna bother you no more, dog. I already messed you up enough. Have fun. I like that. Well, let's see. If someone ordered your slaughter, wouldn't you run too? Yeah. It's literally not worth it. Like, especially in the context of, oh, this is like a deific jutsu. Like, Momoshiki has many reasons to manipulate Boruto, but Boruto witnessed firsthand that his own friend suddenly believed he was op number one. Obviously, it's just not worth the risk of sticking around. You gotta dip. It's the only way you can live. Especially considering the state that Boruto was in at the time. Let's see. Please rescind the order and hear him out. Listen, Sarada. The sanction against Boruto isn't just in line with Konoha laws. It's the will of our people. Many of those living here are still angry about his betrayal. So even if I lift my order, people will stay unconvinced. Which is another thing that's true. Because once again, everybody, well, kind of saying this for a while, but everybody has Kawaki on the brain. But as Boruto. And the last thing Kawaki did was seemingly execute the Hokage. And while I will admit, one thing I don't like about Boruto is that the exploration of Naruto as Hokage is very minimal, considering the entire series was building to it. But even with that being the case, it's obvious where did my English go? It's obvious that Naruto would be well-liked, well-loved. He's the savior of the world. Heck, he's still probably riding off the pain high alone, not to talk about actually saving the entire ninja world, on top of being, seemingly enough, a good enough Hokage with Shikamaru as an assistant. So the loss of him, that would no matter what, especially considering they don't think that Boruto is Naruto's son, they think Kawaki is. For all intents and purposes, all they see is a guy who came into the village, was given special privileges by the Hokage, then proceeded to betray the Hokage, and then execute him, and then run off. Even if, like, imagine a traitor to your, I guess, to your town was super duper well known. Like, everyone knew, and like they were. But I feel like it's so different. Like, at least in our modern society, there is no, like, I don't know. Do you guys look up to your mayor like people look up to the Hokage or the Kage in the world of Naruto? I don't know. I personally don't. But like, imagine if it was like smaller scale. Say it was just in your family. You let this guy into your home. You did a whole bunch of stuff for him. You fed him, you clothed him, you bathed him, you gave him all the basic human necessities, even though he was a random. And this random came in and offed the patriarch or matriarch or leader of the family and then just left. Even if the new patriarch, the new matriarch, the new leader of the family was like, hey, I know everyone's mad still, but just chill out. Don't get him. Let him come back. You would most likely pull up on bro immediately. That's probably what most individuals would do, especially if this previous family leader was well liked, like Naruto presumably was. So I understand Shikamaru's point here. Once again, it's a rough situation for everyone involved. There's no winning here. And look, I think Sarada even knows that. She understands. She understands. This is the last time we will speak of this. Now get back to your mission. You blockhead! So obviously, the reveal of her Sharingan did little to nothing relative to anything other than making Sasuke believe, oh, okay, you gotta be truthing. Like, the emotion, he knows the emotion required to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan is such a high level thing that you aren't fibbing about Boruto actually being a good guy. I understand why Sasuke would react that way. But I wonder if there's any way Sarada could prove to Shikamaru that something's up. Like, does she, over this 2-year period, has she learned like any genjutsu or something like that? Because we know genjutsu of even basic levels can be used to like explore memories, tell stories, give flashbacks. Like, these are things that could be done with the Sharingan. But I guess she never necessarily had a teacher. Sasuke never taught her anything. So I guess she just has no way to really do this. It really makes me wonder though, like, I get why Kawaki would be stronger. He had a basis to grow from. He was a lab rat of Ishiki's for the longest and likely knows all of Ishiki's abilities and could grow from there. Boruto obviously has Sasuke as a teacher to grow on one front, like through the sword fighting front and every other general ninja skill. And on top of that, he has Momoshiki's power, and he was literally there to see Momoshiki fight, and thus he could learn and grow from his basis. But outside of, I guess, figuring out on her own, what kind of training could Sarada have completed in these past, I think, 2 years? And once again, I need to double check how long is the time skip, but I say I need to double check when I have the Googler right here. How long is the Boruto time skip? Boruto time skip. Both ever going away from the village would appear for a period of 4 years. Oh, 4 years. Okay. 4 years. So yeah, like over this period of 4 years, I guess other than like experimenting with it, how much stronger could she get? Like, the thing with the Naruto time skip from pre-time skip to Shippuden was Naruto had a teacher. He had Jiraiya, and he had a very specific goal on what they were going to go train for, mastering the Nine Tails. Sasuke had Orochimaru as a teacher. It was developing the Sharingan and making Sasuke simply a better fighter. Even Sakura, she had Tsunade, someone who was going to make her a better healer and make her stronger. But unlike Kawaki, who, admittedly without a teacher, still has a high basis to grow from and knowledge of where he can grow into by being Ishiki's vessel, and Boruto, who has an actual teacher in Sasuke, and also Momoshiki and all of his abilities and likely memories that he could at least try to figure out to grow stronger from, Sarada seems like the only one out of their group that has nowhere to grow. That's another thing I'm wondering about Mitsuki. Is his only thing just his sage mode is better? I'm not exactly sure what this 4-year of time skip will do other than updating their designs for those two in particular. The other two make sense for their power growth, but I'm not exactly sure about Sarada and Mitsuki. Let's see. Hey, Sarada! That's Lord Eighth you're mouthing off at. I mean, it is. Shikamaru is the 8th Hokage. Yeah, I really wish. Okay, I'm not like that. I really wish Kakashi was back. Is he just not going to be brought up? I feel like you can't bring him up now, right? Like this is the time that you bring Kakashi back. If you aren't going to bring him back here, when are you going to bring him back for? I genuinely have no idea. I have no clue when you would bring Kakashi back now. If it's not to reinstate him as the sixth Hokage and just have him rule over for a little bit while they figure out something for Naruto. I have no idea. I bet the reason Kishimoto and Ikimoto decided against that is literally because they did not want a third and fourth parallel where third Hokage takes over if the fourth Hokage perishes, stuff like that. I get that, but I think it would have been neat. I would have loved Kakashi being back in the narrative, but he's still not. I don't know, because I know specifically, it was in an interview. I'm pretty sure Ikimoto or Kishimoto, someone said in an interview that Kakashi's actually been doing something. It's not like Kakashi just went off and dropped in a pit somewhere. It's not like he's confirmed or anything like that. He's out there. He exists. But we just don't have any idea where he is. He's just on a secret mission, I think. Let's see. Because my dad's a traitor too? Just like Boruto? Oh, wait. Sarada, I'm worried about you. At this rate, forget Hokage. You'll never be more than Genin. So the Chunin exams have been running. Interesting. Has she just not participated in them? Presumably she should win, right? Like, what's her competition? Is he? Let's see. Because my dad's a traitor too, just like Boruto? This has nothing to do with Sasuke. I'm talking solely about your future as a Konoha shinobi. So what, you're gonna disinstate her? Why? Shikamaru. You're sounding a lot like Toby Rama right now, bro. Like, I get it. She's pushing a matter that you believe is quote-unquote irrelevant. But you're telling me across 4 years she hasn't become a Chunin? Like, I hate comparing it to Naruto Part 1, but I have to do it. Rock Lee became a Chunin. Neji became a Jonin, I think. I think Tenten became a Chunin. A whole bunch of characters became Chunin or Jonin. You're telling me Sarada's still a Genin? After 4 years? 4? Like, what? That feels a little bit weird. I don't know. Now I need more information on this time skip. What actually happened? If nothing of value happened, what actually happened? Let me see. Lord Seventh once brought back my dad, who'd gone rogue and committed great crimes. He became Hokage while still being a Genin. And my role model is Lord Seventh, not you. Ooh, that's a bar. Ooh. Okay, sorry. Drop bars then. And up, look at that. The Uchiha symbol on the back of the jacket. Okay, sorry. Drop some bars. That's interesting, though. Role model is Lord Seven. But the thing is, though, another thing that I'm very interested in, other than Code, he probably isn't that threatening. I don't know, because they still have Damon, right? Like, Damon's still here, and I highly doubt, like, unless Ada literally steps aside, all Kawaki has to do is say, "Hey, yo, Damon." If he even needs Damon to do it, I'm pretty sure Kawaki, with 4 years of training with Ishiki's karma, is probably going to be stronger than Code now. But, like, couldn't he just be like, "Hey, yo, Damon, do me a favor"? Or no, he could just ring up, "Hey, yo, Ada, baby girl, I need you to do something for me real quick. Code's here. I need your little bro to come whoop his behind." Like, obviously, Code could probably have gotten stronger in the past 4 years too. But, like, I don't think he's Damon's strong. Damon's strong. Like, unironically, outside of, like, Shibai, the 4-dimensional deity. Like, I don't think there's a character in the verse stronger than Damon right now. I think Damon's so there's no threat right now. Like, the thing with the Naruto time skip is that it specifically happened. Everyone went off and trained because the Akatsuki was a thing. Like, Pain was set up. Well, not directly. Pain was not confirmed. I still remember in the anime, it was, like, mentioned that, like, the reason Pain had, like, weird colored Rinnegan is because they didn't actually know what the Rinnegan was colored like because he hadn't been revealed in the manga yet. But, like, there was an actual organization set up to fight. Other than Kawaki, and I guess Ada and Damon / Code. What's the goal here? What's the plot progression? I'm actually kind of interested. This is a good kind of mystery though. I don't actually know what's gonna go on next. Let's see. Naruto still, but I guess he's not necessarily. He's more like, because he's still slumped. Like, he's not conscious. That's interesting. Just moving in a Isn't this a realm without time? Because they look exactly, their hair hasn't even grown. So this is a realm without time, and Kawaki's moving in it. Inaccessible Naruto? Is it time? Oh. I'm sorry, Light. I did not mean to smack you like that. Naruto, you don't want to start using inaccessible speed feats. I will put you up against Kingdom Hearts characters. Don't think I won't. Don't think I won't. Do you think I will do it? I will do it, gosh darn it. You can't stop me. that isn't it. I feel like people are going to argue that, though. I'm going to use it, though. I'm going to use it. Because that should be he's moving, right? Like, he is looking at them, perceiving them. Let me see. Does he move? Okay, we don't get to see much moving in the realm. Maybe he's just popping in and he can pop. But then again, if he's able to pop in and pop out of a timeless realm, maybe there's inaccessible speed. No, admittedly, I can definitely see the arguments against this. Like, you can just argue, well, it's his pocket dimension. He has Ishiki's dojutsu. He's probably able to manipulate it himself. He doesn't actually have to worry about it. So you can definitely make arguments against it. But if I ever feel like memeing, and I do feel like memeing quite often, don't be shocked if I whip out inaccessible Kawaki. But that's interesting. And that's actually kind of sweet. Even if it's a little bit twisted, because, you know, he's the one who put them there and he ruined Boruto's life. You know, the guy who brought him in and treated him like a brother. It is still very sweet. He comes in and he checks on them. Naruto, at the end of the day, still is his motivation. Then, once again, what is the end goal here? I forget. What's the long-term plan here? Eliminate Code to make sure there are no more threats to Naruto, I suppose? Like, is he ever going to let Naruto out of there? Because the moment he does, something's going to go wrong. Like, unless he revealed that would you look at that? I revived Naruto. But the thing is, are they affected by omnipotence? We don't actually know. Like, since they're in a separate dimension that literally has no time flow in it, is omnipotence cross-dimensional? Like, what happens if he lets them out and Naruto's like, oh, Kawaki, where's my son? like what happens then? I have no idea. Though admittedly, Ada could probably just she could probably do it again if she's gotten any more training with omnipotence. But it could be possible that she still has no idea what she's doing. Let's see. I was really harsh again, even though I know it's not Master Shikamaru's fault. Due to omnipotence, no one recognizes that something isn't quite right. In fact, to them, we're the ones who are weird. Is her outfit even different? Googler. The Googler's about to die. So I better stop relying on I gotta speed up this review or stop relying on the Googler. No, her outfit is a little bit different. Her hair's longer too, I think. Alright, I mean, okay, design for Samurai in the time skip. Whatever. Sorry to still know, though that makes sense. To them, Kawaki has always been the 7th Hokage's son. Uzumaki Kawaki. That's the simple truth. What is hilarious to me? It's like they know Minato. They know Naruto. Then there's a guy named Boruto. Then there's Kawaki? You really think they got rid of the O naming convention for Kawaki? Then again, Himawari. So, you could argue. Himawari ends with a Y, Kawaki ends with a Y. So maybe you could say Hinata switched up the naming tradition. Maybe that's it. And Boruto's a rebellious outsider, an ungrateful traitor. True. I can't wait for the explanation on why they are unaffected. I can maybe, but then again, no, Sasuke was affected. So that's the big thing. I was gonna chalk it up for Sarada at least. Oh well, she's the descendant of guess who? Sasuke. And Sasuke got the deific powers from who? Hagoromo. Sage of Six Paths, half Otsutsuki. He got those powers imbued in him. Even if he lost the Rinnegan, that Sage of Six Paths chakra still flows through his veins. And thusly, he wouldn't be affected by anything that affects Otsutsuki because he has divine power in him. Or divine, quote unquote. Alien ninja god power. He has that imbued in him. But he's still affected. But Sarada isn't? I don't know. It can't be, once again, we never get to see Sakura or her reaction to any of this. At least not yet. So I don't know what she thinks. So the immunity can't come from Sasuke. It's not from Sakura. And why is Sumire immune? No idea. Is it? But no, I don't know. I was about to say, is it because of their love for Boruto? Is it anything that has to do with the love of the target of omnipotence? Does that cause a natural immunity to it? I would say that, but then Mitsuki's mind was affected, and Mitsuki loves Boruto. Maybe like that, but he just genuinely loves Boruto, and I don't think. Well, I mean, you could definitely argue Sumire has had like implications of romantic feelings for Naruto. I would say Sarada's have mostly been platonic, maybe slightly romantic. So I don't know. It feels weird. Let's see. Early on, everyone still sensed some kind of paradox. Like, how could Kara have modified Kawaki's body if he was born and raised in this village? And what happened to Momoshiki? Even Mr. Shikamaru hounded Kawaki about that. Okay, so people are able to notice inconsistencies, but I'm guessing omnipotence like forces them to not, or Kawaki just said no enough times. Let's see. But that slight unease also slowly dissipated over time thanks to omnipotence. Okay, so omnipotence, that's actually really, really good. That's a solid mind hacked ability. So omnipotence is kind of like, it's real life infinite Tsukuyomi in the sense that it genuinely affects the memory and will just keep, if the more questions you ask about it, the harder it will nail itself into place. Because there should be even more inconsistencies than that. Like, literally all they need to do, Kawaki, can we run a DNA test? Then again, they don't have that kind of, do they? May have that kind of tech here. But Kawaki, let's run a DNA test real quick. We have some of Naruto's DNA right here. You mind taking this? They could do that. Or also, maybe since they don't have that kind of tech, ask Kawaki to perform Rasengan. You know, that thing that the entire Uzumaki line can do that Kawaki can't? Have him perform that. And also, shouldn't they wonder why he has Ishiki's abilities? Like, I don't know. I wonder what the rest of the world thinks, knowing that, you know, Kawaki is now Naruto, or no, Kawaki is now Naruto's son, and Boruto isn't. Like, what happened village-wide or worldwide? I don't know. Let's see. And so that now, no one has any doubts left. Crazy powerful ability, especially considering it was used accidentally. Like, Momoshiki at the end of Boruto Naruto Next Generations very specifically notes, oh yeah, that girl has no idea what she's doing. Like, all of this is purely accidental. I just want you to know that, Boruto. She's ruining your life by accident because this is not working in the remote way that it should. If she actually had control over it, this would be way better. So the fact that Ada subconsciously is using an ability that auto works for her really, really well, we gotta be worried if she ever actually figures out how to use it. That's a crazy ability. How are we supposed to counter such a ridiculous ability? You don't. How do you know it's called omnipotence? Were they told? Who told them? I know, like, we know it's called omnipotence. Momoshiki told us. Did Boruto say that at the end of Naruto? I need to reread Boruto. Because how do they know it's called omnipotence? Did Amato tell them? Speaking of, where is Amato? I don't know, this is weird. Let's see. You still ain't given up. It's an unwinnable game, you know. Damon, looking gremlin as always. They're gonna give him new outfits, though. I get why they don't age. They're cyborgs. It's the same reason why Android 17 and Android 18 in Dragon Ball, they haven't aged at all either. Because, you know, they're biomechanical now. But you couldn't have given them new fits? Like, at least 17 got a new fit. 18 got a new fit. Like, you couldn't give them new clothes? Are those, like, part of the cyborg attire? Like, they just can't get new clothes? Like, come on now, man. You gave us a 4-year time scheme, you couldn't give them new drip? Like... Then again, you're looking at shock horror. Yeah. You're looking at a pretty big Kingdom Hearts fan. And I will wholeheartedly admit, I also find it strange that Donald and Goofy have been rocking the same outfit for the past, like, 20 plus years. Like, they are wearing the same stuff they've been wearing since KH1. KH1 is literally, what, it's 2023? KH1 came out in 2022, 2001, I believe. So, like, KH1, it's been over 20 years, and Donald and Goofy are still wearing the same fit. So I guess for 4 years, and realistically, what, 3 months in our time? I guess it makes sense that they have the same fit, but I do wish they got at least some updated designs. Like, come on now, you couldn't give Damon a new fit. More representing of his status as strongest in the verse. You couldn't give Ada a new fit. Like, come on now. Shikamaru, you could have done that. You could have given me a little something. Come on now. Let's see. I have no control over... Oh, she told them. Ah. Yo, that's awful. Can you imagine? You imagine they're all confused. Like, what's happening? Why is everyone's memories confused? And Ada's like, oh, you two are immune. Very, very interesting. Fun fact, it doesn't matter. Because my ability... absolutely over. But then again, does she know what's called omnipotence? I thought she used it by accident. Like Momoshiki said that, oh, by the way, that charm ability of hers, plus this weird memory wipe thing, yeah, that's omnipotence. Something she has no idea that she can use or has control over. How does she know that? Maybe she knows, but I just didn't remember that. I don't know. I mean, once again, need to reread Boruto. I have no control over omnipotence, just like my ability to charm. Though recently, we've started to understand how it works. How could I give up? Any new information? I love how Ada, but then again, I guess realistically, she has no reason to feel any threat from them. One, because she literally has the strongest in the verse, showing on her kneecaps. Like, what is Sarina and Samira gonna do today? If no limiter code, who's stronger than Jigen, who on his own individually, and like Karma 1 was able to body bag and body slam both Hokage Naruto and Sasuke off a 17-year time skip. If he was able to slam both of them, and Damon's able to slam that no limiter code who's beyond that Jigen by leaps and bounds, yeah, obviously, I suppose literally just playing their game is actually kind of fun. In a twisted way for them. That's kind of dark aspect of their characters, but I like it. What we know right now is that omnipotence is a type of Otsutsuki. I'm sorry, I can never say their name right. I've struggled numerous times. I've had multiple conversations with people about Boruto, and like, dude, you got to figure out how to say that word, and I can't. Otsutsuki is Otsutsuki Shinjutsu that makes one's desires real, and that's what Kawaki's desire. And that is English. And that it was Kawaki's desire that created our current circumstances. Everyone's memories were changed. Everything they remembered about Boruto and Kawaki were rewritten, resulting in the two switching positions. So interesting that the word rewritten is used. I would actually use replaced or flipped or inverted in Vortex. I have no idea. I was trying to work the title in there. But because technically, all the information's there. Like, it was not like anything had to be specifically rewritten. Because if things were rewritten, then there wouldn't be any inconsistencies. The reason that the two switch places isn't because things were rewritten, and the reason why there were doubts at first isn't because things were rewritten. It's because they were literally just... they were put in each other's roles. That's where the inconsistencies come from. So I wouldn't call that rewriting, I'd call that replacing or swapping. But I suppose rewriting is close enough. And it's very interesting that Himawari is affected. Once again, direct sibling. Like, I can get Boruto obviously not being affected. Otsutsuki. The same thing. But I guess it's the same reason that I was expecting Sasuke to not be affected, because of, the godly juice in him. But Sarada's unaffected, but Sasuke was, even though he has godly juice and probably gave her some godly juice. So, like, I suppose. There's no way to reverse it? Why would she want to do that? Even if there was, say she found out, she would never tell you. There's no reason, because essentially then that would put Kawaki in the position that Boruto is, aka where he was before, and she does not want that. So you're lucky she's even playing along with you and telling you this. So she would never tell you that. I don't know, but it's no use talking to those who are affected by omnipotence. They'll never understand. It's true, but why? The actual truth is reasonable enough that we simply need to explain it properly. Not really. Because what's your evidence? Literally without a DNA test, what is your evidence? Obviously the inconsistencies, but as you just admitted, the inconsistencies are being suppressed by a higher dimensional power. So no matter how good you explain it, unless you literally have empirical data that Kawaki is not Boruto's, or is not Naruto's son, and Boruto is, you can't convince anybody. There's no data written in it. That's the thing. The question is, how deep does omnipotence go? Does Naruto have birth? Does the Naruto world have birth certificates? Maybe you could say, oh, if omnipotence truly only works in just the memories, then maybe there are written... It's kind of the same issue I have at the end of No Way Home. If everything about that Spider-Man was truly erased, if everyone forgot who Peter Parker was, then there still should be, records in places. How did he even get a GED? How does he have the ability to get an apartment if all that data was erased? And it's the same thing with omnipotence here. You're telling me there's nothing written down that proves that Boruto was a part of a village before Kawaki was in the timeline? Or was all that swapped too? That's where you could actually literally get it rewritten. If you go to Boruto's birth certificate, if he has one, we know Konoha does have a general hospital. You're telling me there's nothing there that says Boruto Uzumaki? Or does it now say Kawaki Uzumaki? Old pictures. Do you have any pictures of... Because we know pictures do exist in this world. They're not even like of this period. There's a picture that's shown early on in the Boruto manga of Sasuke in his Taka outfit with the Akatsuki cloak. So pictures have existed way before then. You're telling me there's no pictures of Boruto? Like younger than when this supposed flip happened? And essentially, the point, you're telling me there's nothing that predates Kawaki arriving to the village that proves Boruto is Naruto's son physically. No baby pictures, no anything like that, no written records, nothing of the sort? Or were all those rewritten by Omnipotence? Because Omnipotence is described to have swapped their place in memory. But it can't be just memory, or else Kawaki's story would fall apart immediately. Because you could just look at pictures that are lying around. So I'm assuming everything changed. So thusly, Sarada and Sumire? I'm not sure how you're supposed to say her name. I haven't watched the anime. But they're always going to lose. Because if there's no physical evidence, and the only thing they have is their word, it's never going to work. Think about it. Aren't you the ones whose memories are considered flawed? Yeah. They're also going up against, like, however many people in the Leaf Village did too. So who'd you take seriously? To be brutally frank, I'd give up trying to return to the way things were. Be more practical just to rewrite different memories. Whoa, wait, what? It'd be more practical to just rewrite different memories. So there's risk in that too. Weird. I guess she's offering to rewrite their memories, because what would rewriting... I don't know, that's weird. I'm gonna skip over that because my brain hurts a little bit. No way. In any case, I still find it mystifying how the two of you managed to retain your memories when you're not Otsutsuki. Maybe they are. But then, I still don't know how Sasuke got affected then, or Himawari, because you can't blame it on them not having the juice in them. Maybe they do have Otsutsuki DNA. Overexposure from Boruto? I have no idea. And Damon, why are you looking at him like that? Do you know something? It's Damon? Sir Strongest in the verse, Damon, do you know something that I don't? Let me see. Both Omnipotence and Charm have no effect on Otsutsuki. They also don't work on family members like Damon. But you two are neither. How are you able to retain your true memories? Or more importantly, are you sure you're both really my captives? Oh, well, I guess in the captives in terms of... Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Haters, don't theorize too loud. Not while Damon's right there. He'll execute him. Please, Damon, wait. Damon, so strongest in the verse. You know, I'll admit, when Damon was first introduced, I was so nettled. I was so nettled that this, like, probably 4-foot dude... Admittedly, I'm 4'2", so like I can't necessarily knock David. This guy who's 2 inches shorter than me, like this guy was now the strongest character in the verse next to Shibai. When Shibai got introduced, obviously Shibai was put at number 1. But the fact when Damon was introduced, I didn't like it. But now, like I don't know what my whole mentality has flipped. Yes, Sir Almighty, Omega, powerful Lord Damon, the Almighty. Like please, I don't know. I just find him funny now. Let's make sure you're not found out, especially by Damon. Look at that. If it's your charm that doesn't work on you, it means it's possible for you to slay Ada. You get what I'm saying? If you catch on, your lives may be in danger. Damon's really... He's really thinking about it. He's like, wait a minute. Did you? Yeah. It's actually a good point. Hold on a second. If something like Omnipotence caliber didn't work on you, are you wouldn't actually, you gonna hurt my sister, ain't you? You know I can't let that slide. You can see the gears turning. You can see the gears turning in his head. Though I wonder once again, why did it take 4 years for them to point this out? Like obviously, by the way they're talking, this is not the first time they've had this conversation or discussion about this. Please, get on there. Okay, thank you. But it's clearly not the first time they've had this discussion. So Damon, you look slow on the uptake, buddy. Let's see. Oh, please. We told you over and over. Sarah and I, we're just putting up a front to hide our feelings. I mean, come on. No one can escape being charmed by you, right? Can't she tell? I think she is being nice to them. She's literally just humoring them because she can tell. She literally she doesn't have omnipotence. She might as well have omniscience though. Like she can literally see anything and everything, so she can tell that they're immune to her. Like I'm pretty sure they know. But I feel like Ada's almost too intrigued with them to let them go, and also doesn't see them as much of a threat. Because reasonably, they know they aren't that much of a threat. Damon's right there. Maybe if they were to, I think that the only byproduct this will have is making Damon more clingy. He may not ever leave Ada's side, just in case, now that he knows. Uh-oh. True. That's what I believe. Yeah. Okay. So she's letting them go. She when she says that's what I believe, she's holding back a little bit. She's letting it slide. She's like, y'all need enough. I'll let y'all live. That's nice. That's what I believe. See? Sorry, don't sit your behind down. You actually better do something. Look how ominous he is. I love Damon, bro. He's so cool. All right, Kawaki posted up. He look okay. Let me see. Let me analyze the Kawaki drip real quick. I don't know. This is just me. I never liked the baggy look. I like the coat. I like the coat a lot, but I've never been a fan of the baggy look. And I'll admit, mohawks just aren't my thing. That Kawaki's always kind of had a mohawk. So that's kind of his thing. He does look like an older version of himself. It's all about that rock. We want to talk about some real drip. Look at my boy Mitsuki here. Look at him. Why is he looking kind of saucy? I know it's literally just an all black outfit with 2 belts, but still. He low-key looks like a Dragon Ball character. Like, these are literally Goku Black's boots. Bro is about to execute the Zero Mortals plan. Let's see. Cool your bloodthirst, Mitsuki. It's totally suffocating. I'm sure Boruto wants to slay you. He's an Otsutsuki just like you. So it's possible he's mastered the ability to erase his chakra signature. That's true. That's interesting that... I wonder if that's a subconscious part of Mitsuki that understands, like, my real op is you. Because why would he have, like... I suppose maybe just to ward Boruto off. That's probably why he's taking my Kawaki's side, because Kawaki has taken the place of Boruto in his head. But realistically, his thirst should be lower around Kawaki because he assumes he's Boruto. Let's see. If he comes here, I'll feel it right away. Even if you lose the Sentry unit, he can't trick me. You know that. I want to protect you. I will end him. I swear it. Sure, do as you please. Just quit following me around like some sick... It's annoying. So yeah, Mitsuki's just become protective. That's nice. I like that. But Kawaki, search squad here. We found claw marks outside the wall. Oh, can bro fly? Bro can fly! He is Ishiki. He just is Ishiki now. He can actually fly. Stay where you are. I'll be right there. He can genuinely just fly now. This is Dragon Ball. You're the sun shining brightly upon my moon. Aren't you, Kawaki? Mitsuki's gonna be so mad at himself. I'm gonna assume if anyone's gonna do extreme damage to Boruto, it's not gonna be Code, it's not gonna be Kawaki. It's gonna be Mitsuki, and something's going to happen that's gonna make him realize that, like, oh no, my feelings have been inverted. Like, I feel like this is kind of a setup to that. I don't know if I had to take a guess. Oh, Himawari. She looks like her mom more. Actually, you know what? With the longer hair, she looks like a mix of her mom and Kushina, which I suppose makes sense. Oh. Is that, I'm sorry, I've never cared about the Boruto side. Shikadai, Inojin, Chocho. I forget her actual name. Alright, they're training Himawari. Intriguing. Let's see. Okay. So blocks the kick, punches. Ooh, steps on the punch without even landing from the kick. Very impressive. Uses the body as a stepping ground, throws down the shuriken. Oh, okay, she bloats up there. Did she inverse fart? No way she inverse farted, right? Okay, no, she steps back. It's because of the smoke clouds there. I was like, did she inverse fart? Did she let out like a belch or something to send her this way? But no. Okay, uses the back propulsion to go into a body roll. Ooh. leaps out of the roll, goes hands out. Himawari goes to block, gets grabbed. Ooh, okay, and dragged to the ground. Okay, so that's nice. It goes to show that Chocho's developed a better control over her abilities. Yeesh, she shouldn't have carelessly jumped upward. I mean, you always gotta have the high ground. Let's see. That said, your moves are exceptionally sharp. You're Kawaki's little sis, all right. Ironically enough, Kawaki does have black hair. Nice fight. You did well, Himawari. That first kick was super good. Crazy solid. Really? But Himawari, why do you want to get so strong? Why not? It's in her blood. It's not that I want to get strong. It's just... Okay, I feel like everyone in Konoha will yell at me for saying this, but... Huh? I, kinda wanna help Boruto, you see? Is she not affected? I don't remember if she was affected or not. Why does she want to help Boruto? Intriguing. Let's see. What? Uh-oh, Shikamaru. I kind of rolled over everyone's drip. Let's analyze the drip real quick. The coat, the crop top, and the baggy pants, it's whatever. Pigtail, I don't know. I've also never been this is a design I don't care for, but I've never necessarily been a fan of Chocho. Himawari's design, interesting. The baggy, I like the baggy pants as a note. I think, then again, even if she is unaffected by omnipotence, I think she has taken notes from Kawaki, because these are literally, like, look at the two and their pants. Like, these are literally the exact same pair of pants. She even has the extended belt loop drag down thing. But then again, I guess you could say that's a Boruto thing as well, but I specifically associate those kind of pants with Kawaki. So I think she has sort of embraced her role as Kawaki's younger sister. I think she's even wearing similar shoes, but I guess you could say they all kind of wear the same shoes. So the shoes are not so much, but the pants, the belt, that very specifically reminds me of Kawaki. The flower t-shirt, and I guess teenage girl. Makes sense. Longer hair, fine enough. I think it's a solid enough design. I really don't like the baggy cloak on Inojin. I don't know. It looks too baggy. The pants are fine enough. I like the leggings into the shoes. And Shikadai, he doesn't, like, visually though, in the face, he doesn't really change at all. He has the exact same hairstyle and everything. So Shikadai kind of looks exactly the same. Let's see. What? Ooh, you don't really mean that, do you? That ain't funny. They're about to jump the seventh daughter for wind out Boruto. Sorry, I know it sounds wacky, but how do I put it? What everyone says about him is totally different when I remember of him. So she's not affected. So why is Sasuke affected? Why is Sasuke? It probably does have to be a love for Boruto kind of. But then again, why is Mitsuki affected? Must be girl love for Boruto, I guess. Because the three people who are unaffected are Himawari, his younger sister. Makes sense. A literal biological bond to Boruto. Sarada, unaffected. I guess, once again, you could definitely... I need to reread Boruto. I may be thinking mostly of the anime. I don't remember Sarada really having any romantic feelings for Boruto. It may be, they grew up as likely siblings. Like, I have a very similar situation to Boruto and Sarada. Not in the fact that my dad's the Hokage. And my best friend's dad is also the Shadow Hokage. No, not like that. But, like, we were born around the same time. She's 4 months older than me. And, like, we grew up together. And that's, like, that's my sister, essentially. That's how I see it. That's how she sees me. I'm basically her brother. So, like, I get that kind of scenario. So maybe it's kind of just like that. Like, I love my little sister. Well, my big little sister, as I call her, because she's smaller than me. Ironically enough. But she is older than me. I love her, but not like that. I don't know. It's my sister. So I get that for Sarada. And I guess Sumeri just has romantic love for Boruto. I think that was implied. So I guess if you love the target of omnipotence, you won't be affected by it. Which really goes to show you that Sasuke, I guess, just didn't care about his nephew, but I suppose he wasn't around enough for Boruto. So let's see. I don't think he did. I mean, I saw it with my own eyes. Him risking his life to protect my dad and me. Such a person wouldn't take my dad's life. There has to be some explanation. If that's any case, Boruto's got to be in deep trouble. So she has a little bit, maybe there's a little bit of a cloud there. Himawari. Besides, I have this feeling that my dad is still alive somewhere. She can sense him? Well, probably not sense him, but she probably just knows. If she was, because she was there, right? She knows what ended up happening. She may just be, once again, in a similar vein to how this duo here is playing along with Ada and Damon to just pretend that they're immune to just omnipotence and not her charm in order to survive. Maybe that's what Himawari is doing here. Maybe she generally is fully just unaffected, but she doesn't want to say that outright out of fear of instigation. But she may be letting it slip. Oh! Bro's got it. He's got the dojutsu. What are they called? The Darmogon? Like, what? I forget. What is Ichigi's? Googler? Come here. You're at 2%. I need you to last a little bit longer, Googler. Please. Googler, please. Awaken. All right. What is Ishiki's dojutsu called? What is Ishiki's dojutsu called? Oh, it's an unnamed dojutsu. Okay, so it doesn't have dojutsu. The Dharma wheel eye. He has that now, and he's able to use it freely. And use the shrinking ability. That's nice. So he does have some decent power progression. And also, obviously, the flight. Good. That's the last of the claw marks around here. Thanks, Kawaki. But I still don't get it. I still don't get code. Why come so near so frequently, but not attack? Especially when I hear he's got several thousand soldiers. Jeez, did he really split the 10 tails up that much? That's crazy. He has an especially strong grudge against Boruto, right? Maybe he's prioritizing that battle over Konoha? True. I think he also knows, or Code should know, engaging with Konoha right now is just not worth it. Unless he's gotten massively stronger, he still can't beat Damon. Not to talk of Damon and Kawaki. That's a fight he's destined to lose. Let's see. Your theory that we've escaped harm thanks to Boruto not being here does have merit. Uh-oh. Kawaki's like, is that loyalty to Boruto I'm sensing? Do I need to send you two to the Timeless Realm as well? Let's see. You know, it'd be great if they just took each other out. You. Uh-oh. What? Huh? Hold still. Hey, what the heck? Ooh. What's he dragging? Kawaki, not in public. Oh, he has a claw mark on his neck? How? A claw mark along the scruff of your neck. It's so interesting, like, fun fact. Like, are they still my favorite animal? I think lions still are my favorite animal. I love elephants too, though. But I always find it funny. Like, we do have scruffs on the back of our neck, but in no point in our lives could we actually use our scruffs like lions use their scruffs. Like, notably, you've probably seen videos of it. Like, lions, and I think cats in general, they have like a bunch of loose skin back there. So what the mothers will occasionally do, or even the fathers, they will and just pick up their kid by the scruff of their neck and carry them around. We can't do that, but we still do have a scruff back there. Like, you can somewhat do it. Like, I'm not sure, maybe just because I'm a pretty beefy dude. I can reach back there and I can like kind of pull up my skin, but never actually grab it. And whenever I hear the word scruff, I think about that. But let's see, how long? You didn't notice anything? I don't know. I had no idea. So that's interesting. Code can place marks so quickly that people aren't even able to perceive it. Intriguing. What? There are others? We're going to look into that now. Tell everyone who's been claw marked, who's on claw mark search duty to gather in one place. And I'll shrink any that we find, one by one. That monster Code. What is he planning? Hurry up, Master Shika. That's all we can do right now. Okay, so once again, I do admit, I like it. Even with Kawaki, being the traitor, being the one who got Naruto up out of here himself. I like that he's taking up the responsibility. And ironically enough, with Sasuke and Naruto gone, Shikamaru is the head of Konoha. He is the official Hokage, but Kawaki's taking up the role as a Shadow Hokage, the one who's protecting Konoha from the shadows. I like that. No, you must be exaggerating. It's legit. Plus, huh? What is it? Uh-oh. Shwoop. Ew, it's Frieza. Ah. Frieza, get away. You're in the wrong manga, Frieza. Stay back. I was really hoping they'd update these designs. Ew, I really don't like these. I honestly would have preferred if they were just mini Ten Tails. Even then, I'll admit, I don't like the Ten Tails design that much. But then, it is just Frieza. It's Frieza with a more humanoid head. Just barely a more humanoid head. Like, anyone looks at that and knows. Like, Frieza's too iconic a design to rip off. I'm sorry, he is. Like, there's literally, you have the chest pouch, you have the gauntlets on the arms. The only thing you're missing is like 3 toes instead of 4. Like that is literally the Frieza body shape. Look how thick that boy is. You could argue Frieza's lizard based, but like the thing in the middle, the mark on the head, like come on now. Ikimoto / Kishimoto know what they were doing. There's paying homage, then there's just theft. And this is very, very like this is like if this is theft and this is paying homage, Kishimoto and Ikimoto are dancing like right there in the middle. They're kind of doing both. Let's see. An unknown chakra detected. Who the heck is that guy? Oh, just backhand him. Darn, into a wall. Call out police force here. We need backup. Stat. You didn't even try to fight it. Huh? Oh no. Don't tell me. They're everywhere? Oh no. Frieza. He got so powerful he's invading other manga. Let's see. Yes, understood. They seem to have emerged suddenly in multiple locations at the same time. And they're already casualties, including civilians. Darn! Well, I guess casualties, not mortalities. Let's see. Start the evacuation of non-combatants. Have those who can fight rush to whoever's nearest. Why attack now after all this time, Code? That's a good question. Oh, Frieza. Oh, he's so... tail's so thick. Kawaki out here with the monster arm, looking like Zamasu. Let's see. Boom! Slammed him. I actually think... I think Kawaki's monster arm does predate Zamasu. I think it does. Well, technically, you can definitely argue the monster arm super predates Zamasu because, like, Jugo did it in the original series. So, well, we'll give it that. Run now. Follow the shinobi's instructions. But Kawaki, didn't you say this is supposed to be the end of Shinobi? At least at that point in the time skip. Let's see. Are we leading to that battle? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe we are leading to that battle. I don't know. Let's see. Don't push. Please stay calm. Ooh. Sarada. Ooh, with a drop kick. Okay, so she's strong enough to take on a portion of the 10 tails in base. We like that. We like that. Sorry. Swapping between so many voices actually hurts a little bit. One of Claude's claw grimes. Grimes? Is that what they're called? Why are they called grimes? One of Claude's claw grimes. But where'd it come from? Uh-oh. It's wiggling and jiggling. Ah, okay. So they just needed one interception point and they can come out of each other. That sounds wrong. But it's happening. Let's see. Oh, they're all coming out. They can use each other's like claw marks to travel between locations? That's... Oh! Guess who's back? What is that? What happened to your eye, broski? You fight Boruto? Did Boruto do that to you? Let's see. Code? Nice to finally meet you, Uchiha Sarada. Oh yeah, they never did meet. That's what to think about. Huh? What do you want with Konoha? Sarada, take the glasses off, activate the Sharingan, and get to work. I'm looking for Boruto. He isn't here. He left 3 years ago. 3? That was a 4-year time skip. I know. I've been chasing him for almost 2 years now. I'm tired. Rose, I'm done looking. I told you he's not here, so go look somewhere else. I wasn't clear. Let me rephrase. I decided to stop looking. That's why I came here. I thought I'd have his former friends, toward whom he still cares about, summon him. Ah, okay. Use him as bait. That's smart. That's a good one. Honestly, you should have just done that from rip. I don't think letting Boruto train was a good idea. But then again, that's the big issue. If Damon shows up, Code has to run. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. Let's see. Starting with you. I hope you can scream real pretty so that it'll reach him. Code, come on now, bro. Don't say that. Let's see. Darn! So much for screaming. Code, how are you gonna do this? And he stopped. Oh, okay, I'll admit it's not as disrespectful as it could be. I'll admit I saw this image, but it hits different actually seeing it properly on panel. But you could have stepped on his good eye. That would have been even more disrespectful. Just put your heel straight into his good eye. But darn, Boruto pulled him out of nowhere from the top rope, literally from the top rope. Where did this man? Can he teleport now too? Where did he come from? But boom, stomp on, bro. Jeez, look at the swagger, the exaggerated swagger of a karma-infused teen. Golly. Is he a teen still? 3-year time skip? Yeah, he's still a teen. Darn. He's got a sword now, too? All right. Well, yeah, I saw that earlier. He does have a sword. Sasuke here? Who gave? Did you give him that? But no, he's been searching for him, so presumably Boruto didn't give him that thing. Where did Code get that scar from? It's that kind of sick thinking that creeps girls out. Boruto, I'll admit, Kawaki or Code probably does not care about the women. Come on now, bro. But you like the drip. Obviously, I already talked about the drip a little bit. I like it. Oh, he pulled out the claws, but he whiffed. But this is interesting, though. Base Boruto being able to perceive... Well, maybe he didn't know he was here. So that's probably just an off-guard thing. But base Boruto being able to dodge Kawaki like the Code like that? I'm sorry, I'm getting their names mixed up. I like that. That's a pretty nice feat. Uh-oh. Kawaki a little slow on the reactions, aren't you? Chakra data matches. It's Boruto. Looks like he infiltrated suddenly from the sky. Right above Code's position. So he just appeared. Maybe he was flying above the village, but they would have probably sensed him then. Kawaki would have at least sensed him, so he just appeared. That's crazy. He must have been able to teleport now. Boruto! Uh-oh. Ada's watching. She's like, dude, I told you not to come back here. Listen up. All fighters, you are to prioritize confronting Code and his claw grimes. Why are they called grimes? Keep an eye out on Boruto's movements and try to figure out his plan. Yes, sir! Ooh! Look at the drip. Look at the drip. Look at the drip. Oh, he's drippy. His arms look kind of long, though. Actually, no, they're about appropriately length. It just looks weird. It looks weirdly long because his pants are sagging a little bit. His pants should probably be like up here. And let me see. I'm about to whip the ruler out real quick. Because like your legs are longer than your arms, so yeah, they're still longer. So I don't know. It's just a slightly weird looking angle. You've finally shown yourself, Boruto. The three Karma brothers bound by fate reunite. Okay. All right. W stuck to the time skip. This is obviously very much an intrigue building chapter, ending off on a high point. The re-invasion of Konoha from external forces. I like that. I like that setup. The fact that things have changed. Everyone has been locked into omnipotence, but Naruto's still there. Shikamaru's the new Hokage. So that's interesting stuff. I'm very interested to see where Sasuke is at, because only Boruto has shown up here to help fight. But Sasuke should presumably still be with Boruto, unless that does appear to be Sasuke's cloak, and it does appear to be Sasuke's sword. So maybe Sasuke's just chilling, hiding out somewhere, or maybe Sasuke encountered Code once, and that's where he got that eye scar from. I don't know. But the only one who's missing an eye scar now is Kawaki. I think it's time to catch him up. However, overall, a very, very, very W chapter. However, that's what I think. Please what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure the notifications bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support as low as $1 to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Goes the Pencil, writing off. I would like to give a very big thank you to our $3 members, Recliner Plays and Rebel 4765. I'd like to give another very big thank you to our $5 patrons, Alex Ice Rose, Art Goon, DemXLND, Midnight Gemlord, Rebel 4765, and Sean. I'd like to give another very big thank you to our $10 patrons, Demokami, Joaquin, and Robbie Uchiha. I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose.